According to reports, Canelo Alvarez has vacated his super middleweight 168-pound belt. Stay tuned. Boxingego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang, notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, and the Patreon family. We working. Now, Canelo Alvarez obviously has a big fight. It's going to be on DAZN. You know, save your pockets a little bit. In lieu of facing Danny Jacobs, is going to be on DAZN instead of having to pay for a pay-per-view. So for a good fight like that, the fans come up. Now, I did a video earlier. Canelo's already started training camp. You know, he's looking fast. And there's reports that surfaced today that state Canelo has vacated his belt, his WBA belt at 168 that he won in facing Rocky Fielding. Now, we all knew what it was. After a Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. move up, he beat him definitely convincingly. Then he fought Golovkin, had a draw, came back and beat Golovkin, in my opinion, fair and square. Then he moved up and gave himself a break, fought Rocky Fielding, who had been stopped in the first round by Caleb Smith. We knew what the outcome was going to be. It was really a stay busy fight since he had the mishap with the clenbuterol situation earlier. He was supposed to fight in May and September, the quote-unquote Mexican dates. That did not happen because of, again, the clenbuterol stake. You know, I ate the meat, and he wanted to get a second fight in. Probably use Rocky Fielding, a guy with height, to audition and familiarize himself with, again, fighting a, you know, preparation to fight a tall guy, because Jacobs is definitely taller than him, bigger than him in terms of mass, even though the day before the fight, they will weigh in at the same. So I think Canelo used it as a strategic move. He knew he was going to unify with Jacobs, most likely. So he wanted practice with a taller opponent that you can. It's very smart. Floyd Mayweather does this all the time. But bottom line is, when you're in a fight with like a Jacobs, he's one of the best middleweights in the division, you know, so you can't really try new things out. Rocky Fielding, you can, so you're getting the height and stuff like that, but you can also, you know, make mistakes a bit more, stuff like that with a guy like Rocky Fielding. Versus Daniel Jacobs, you got to figure it out. So I think he was using it just really as a preparation and just dealing with a bigger fight. Now, we knew the outcome. He blew him out of the water, several knockdowns. I don't even remember how many, 3, 4, something like that. And then he stopped him. Good crowd in New York shows that Canelo has star power. And the reports surfaced that he's vacating his belt. Really not a surprise to me. I don't consider this point of his career Canelo a 168-pounder. If you look at the guys like the Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez, the David Benavidez, you know, just the guys like that. Caleb Plant looked good. Jose Uzcategui. I just don't, you know, former guys like Badu Jack and Andre Ward. I feel like Canelo his stature is he's really short for that division. And we've seen shorter guys like Mike Tyson fight at heavyweight, things like that, short for the division. But I just didn't feel like that's the division. And there's a lot of action at middleweight. So I seen this coming. It hasn't been confirmed from the WBA, to my knowledge, but the reports are circulating that he had to drop the belt, which makes sense. Again, I didn't really see him fighting at 168, maybe a catchweight, or maybe like, you know, 168 versus David Lemieux, or 164.5 versus David Lemieux, since he has trouble making weights. But I didn't really see him campaigning and fighting at this point right now with all the options, the guys that are there at 160 and things like that, against the top guys at 168, the Caleb Plants, the David Benavidez, Zurdo Ramirez, who's probably going to move up to 175, pursue Kovalev or something, because he said that after his Jesse Hart rematch. He said, if I can't get a big fight at 168, I'm moving up. So I don't think he's going to wait for Canelo. You know, you got guys like Jaime Munguia at 154, who they're trying to build, I think, to a Canelo fight. So he would move up to 160 from 154. So there's just too much action around 160 for Canelo to see, for me to believe that he was really going to move up and face, you know, the top 3 guys or whatnot. The Caleb Plants, the David Benavidez, Caleb Smith, stuff like that. So this is not news to me. I think he kind of wanted to set history, got the fake version of the WBA belt, set history, and he accomplished what he needed to. Now he's in a good fight with Jacobs at 160. He probably can't hold that belt hostage. He probably has responsibilities if he holds on to the belt. So he's doing the smart thing, and it looks like relinquishing the belt and focusing on his more ready-made division. Because you got to keep in mind, he really just got up to 160 anyway. He has like 2.5 fights at 160, you know. Half fight would be Chavez, whatever weight you want to consider that, 164.5. So I figured he would vacate the belt. I didn't really see him fighting, like I said, the David Benavidez, Zurdo Ramirez, Caleb Smith, Caleb Plant, any of those guys straight off the bat. And I'm okay with that. Canelo's a big star. And like I said, there's enough action at 160 with guys like Jamal Charlo. The great fight he's already in with Daniel Jacobs. You got a Triple G rematch. You got Jaime Munguia, who could move up. You got Swift Jared Hurd, who could move up. You know, so you got a lot of options. And also guys like Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade, who's a champion. Billy Joe Saunders, if he fights Andrade and beats him and gets his belt back. So, you know, I didn't really consider Canelo a permanent resident at 168, despite when he moved up, and despite him saying he might fight at 160 or 168. I didn't see it right now. Maybe in the future. Let me know what you guys think. Reports say that Canelo has vacated the super middleweight belt. Not really news to me, but I want to update the fans. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Make sure you smash the like button as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video, is Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button. And you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.